Okay. So we're almost done with Genesis, guys. It's only taken me like a week, which I'm being sarcastic. I hope I would have finished it in a few days. So I want to say Genesis 45. Okay, Genesis 45. All right, are you guys ready? Comments, Twitch, Facebook. Oh, well, that explains it. I had not started the Facebook Live. You can't win them all. Oopsie doop. All right, cool. So let's pull this up here. I'm low-key getting hungry again. Why do we have to eat multiple times a day? Why? All right. Why is this highlighted? I don't want this highlighted. Oh, Jesus, I'm making a mess. Okay. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried, "Cause every man to go out from me." And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept aloud, and Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph, doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. Hi, Tyreek. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Appreciate you guys joining. So Joseph basically had an Iron Man moment, right? So he said he made himself known to them. Thank you, Top, for liking the live. I appreciate the support. So yeah, and it says, and Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. Woo! Wow. The revelation. Quite literally, right? Hi, Andrew. Welcome. Happy to have you guys here. Appreciate you guys joining me. Wow. I'm going to have to really meditate on this. This is really good stuff. You guys joined at the perfect time. He said pretty much God kind of allowed this to happen, right? So that I may preserve you guys. Like, how beautiful is that, right? Honestly, this reminds me of Romans chapter 8, verse 28, where it says that all things work for good to those who love God, right? So Joseph is saying, hey, you guys sold me, left me for dead. I was in prison. I was all these many things. However, all of that had to happen so that I could preserve your lives. And, he was worried about his father. And, how beautiful is that? So we're in verse 6. For these 2 years had the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. Hi, Bash. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. Woo! Great deliverance. Golly. Just throwing out bars after bars. Joseph speaking truth. And now it was not you that sent me hither, but God. And he had made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Always, bro, as long as I'm awake. Hey, thank you so much. But Lynn, is it Lynn or Line? Please clarify for me. I want to call you what you are more comfortable with. Okay. Haste ye and go up to my father and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. Wow. The heart of Joseph. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. All right. So, look, I like to think out loud, especially when I'm doing these Bible readings, right? So, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But because of one person, right? Joseph is basically saying, thank God that this happened because now I can save you guys. So the family of Joseph, Israel's children or Jacob's children, the 12 tribes were saved because they wrongfully accused one man, Joseph, right? Sound very familiar? All right, this is not that big of a revelation, I suppose. I learned a lot of this through Johnny Chang, so I'm very thankful to Johnny Chang because he teaches the Bible in this way. But basically, what kind of like connected, right, in my mind as I'm reading is, if you read here, why does this keep popping up? So Genesis chapter 45. Verse 10, right? It says, And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household, and all that thou hast come to poverty. So, straight line. Okay. I'll call you Straight Line. Thank you, Line, for clarifying for me. So basically, verses 10, Genesis 45, verse 10 and 11, it reminds me of Acts chapter 16, verse 31, right? And it says, Thou shalt be saved, if you believe in the Lord Jesus, thou shalt be saved, you and your house. Right? So this is kind of what's happening here, right? So because of the faith of one man, his whole house was saved, right? So it reminds you of Noah's Ark. So because of Noah's righteousness, or like his belief, right? His faith. Because of Noah's faith in God, his whole house was saved. So his sons and his sons' wives were saved. So I just want to kind of make those connections for you guys. It's like this connects to Acts 16:31. This connects to Noah's Ark. And, inevitably it kind of connects to Christ because of one man who was wrongfully accused, persecuted. He was able to save a whole nation, essentially, and his family, right? So I'm just going to wrap that up, and now I'm going to move forward. Just wanted to make those connections, especially out loud, So we're in verse 12. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. Actually, let me highlight that. Thy household. Okay. Hello, Francisco. Welcome. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. I've heard this before. I've heard of someone falling on someone's neck and crying or kissing them. If only I could remember where. I can't exactly pinpoint it, so I'm just gonna move forward. So let me highlight that. So. And also, guys, I'm gonna be ending the stream. I'm gonna be ending the stream in about 40 minutes. So I have church after this. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon him, and after that his brethren talked with him. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, lade your beasts, and go and get you unto the land of Canaan. And take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, these do ye. Take you wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones, and for your wives, and bring your father, and come. Also, regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons, according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. Interesting. 30 pieces of silver. 300. 22. Five changes of raiment. Thank you guys for liking the live. Thank you for joining. Happy to have you guys here. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she asses laden with corn and bread, and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed, and he said unto them, See that ye fall not out by the way. 24. And they went up out of Egypt and came into the land of Canaan to Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all of the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. So Jacob didn't quite believe his sons until he saw, right? So, ideally we want to believe by faith, but in this case, Jacob believed by sight. It's interesting, it said the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived. It's very interesting. All right, moving on. And Israel said, It is good, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. So you know what's interesting? Through all of this, their father is called Jacob, but when he believes and he is revived, then he is Israel, right? Just a little interesting to point out. Okay, we're going to move on to Genesis chapter 46. Okay, moving on. So Jacob's journey to Egypt. And Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices unto the God of his father Isaac. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here am I. Interesting. He said it twice. Jacob, Jacob. He said, Here am I. Isn't that his name? I am that I am. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation. I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again, and Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eyes. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father and their little ones and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their cattle and their goods which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, and Jacob and all his seed with him. His sons and his sons' sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him into Egypt. And these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn. The sons of Reuben, Hanok and Phalu and Hezron and Carmi. And the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin and Ohad and Jachin and Sohar and Shaul, the son of the Canaanitish woman. So that's interesting. Verse 10. Alright, let me check Rumble. Alright, and the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. And the sons of Judah, and Onan, and Shelah, and Pharez, and Sarah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. Interesting. That's verse 12. And the sons of Pharez were Hezron and Hamul. And the sons of Issachar, Tola and Phubah, and Job and Shimron. Job. I don't think it's the same Job, but we'll highlight it. And the sons of Zebulun, Sareth, and Elon, and Jaleel. These be the sons of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob in Padanaram, with his daughter Dinah. And all the souls of his sons and his daughters were 33. Interesting. Why do they call them souls? Souls means persons. Persons. All the persons of his sons and his daughters were 33. And the sons of Gad, Siphion, and Hagi, Shuni, and Esbon, Eri, and Arodi, and Areli. And the sons of Asher, Jimnah, and Ishua, Isui, and Beriah, and Sarah, their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel. These are the sons of Silpha, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, and these she bare unto Jacob, even 16 souls. Interesting. 16 souls. 19. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, which Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bare unto him. Manasseh, Ephraim were born in Egypt. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt, okay. And the sons of Benjamin were Bela, and Betcher, and Ashbel, Gera, and Naaman, Ehi, and Rosh, Mupim, and Hupim, and Ard. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14. And the sons of Dan, Hushim. And the sons of Naphtali, Jashiel, and Guni, and Jezer, and Shilem. 23. What does it say? The sons of Dan, and it says Hushim. Shuham. And the sons of Naphtali, Jashiel, and Guni, and Ser, and Shilem. These are the sons of Gilha, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter. And she bare these unto Jacob. All the souls were 7. All the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, besides Jacob's sons' wives, all the souls were 66. And the sons of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 10. So I think 70 people. The reunion of Joseph. Jacob settles in Goshen, and he sent Judah before him unto Joseph to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to meet Israel, his father, to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive. And Joseph said unto his brethren, and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade had been to feed cattle, and they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, What is your occupation? 33, 34. What is your occupation? That ye shall say, Thy servant's trade had been about cattle from our youth, even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. I really don't think we can finish this tonight, at least until now, maybe after church. 47, 48, 49, 50. No, there's no way we could do it. I think it's going to be a pretty short live because I do want to get some food. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm going to call it a little early. I might have time after church. So it might not be the end of the stream for today. So yeah, I'll catch you guys after church, if not tomorrow. But I want to thank you guys all for joining. I was very happy to have you guys here. Hopefully you guys got to hear the word of God. And Romans 10:17 says that faith cometh by hearing, hearing by the word of God. So thank you guys for joining. Have a good day. Bye. Take care, guys. Be blessed.